Welcome back, deep thinkers, to another episode where we dive into timeless wisdom and modern perspectives. I'm Brian, your host, and today we're going to explore a concept that can bring more clarity, peace, and resilience into your life. The Stoicism for everyday living, controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. We've all faced situations where we felt overwhelmed, frustrated, or even powerless. What if I told you that these feelings stem from focusing on the wrong things? Today we are going to unpack how a key Stoic principle can help us regain control, not over the external world, but over our inner selves. Let's dive in. As we journey through life, we encounter countless situations beyond our control. Whether it's how someone responds to us, the weather on a special day, or global events, much of what happens in the world is outside our influence. Yet we often expend enormous amounts of energy worrying about these things. According to the ancient Stoics, this is precisely where we'll go wrong. Marcus, we all know Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic. One of the Stoics' most well-known philosophers teaches us that life is divided into two realms. Things we can control and things we cannot control. And obviously that's the truth. The key to peace and resilience lies in recognizing this distinction and focusing solely on what is within our power. What exactly do we control? The Stoics tell us that we control our thoughts, our actions, our responses, and everything else. External events, other people's opinion, the outcomes of situations falls outside our control. When we let go of trying to change these uncontrollable aspects of life, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Let's consider a practical example. You're stuck in traffic. The frustration that builds up inside you is a natural response to a situation that feels unfair or annoying. But let me ask you this. Can you control the traffic? Of course, the answer is no, unless you want to get out of your car and start doing the traffic warning, which will also disrupt you from your actual destination. So now let's look at this. You can't control the traffic, obviously. What you can control is how you respond. Instead of fuming behind the wheel, you could choose to listen to a podcast, reflect on your day, or simply practice patience. By focusing on your response, something within your control, you transform the entire experience. Now, many people fail to agree with this, but it's actually the truth. You curse, you swear, you're wasting your time, but you can't do anything about it. It's beyond your control. Your reaction is what you can actually control. How you react to these circumstances, how you react to these issues. This is what makes you who you are. This is how you cope. This is your daily life. This idea can also apply to relationships. How often do we try to control others, or how others feel about us, how they act? We may wish our friends or partners or colleagues would behave in a certain way. They should be nicer to you, they should be kinder to you, they should be more truthful, more honest, more loving, and more caring. Come on, these are your expectations, these are your perspective, this is what you seek to control. But their thoughts and actions are beyond your control. Once you accept this way of life, once you're able to focus on this and you accept this as a way of life, your actions, you understand that we're able to focus on our actions, our communication, and our emotional boundaries, which helps reduce stress and unnecessary conflict. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It's about shifting your focus from things outside of your influence to things that are truly within your power, your mindset, your decisions, and your responses. And when we do this, we not only protect our peace, but also become more resilient to life's inevitable ups and downs. So, how can we bring this Stoic wisdom into our everyday lives? Here's a simple exercise. I know we'll ask the question, how? It's simple, it's not that hard. Most of us already do it. Most of us already practice this. Most of us already understand this, but life can become so troubling and so stressful that despite knowing something, we always do the opposite of it. So, it's life. Practically life. Now, think about a recent event that caused you stress or frustration. Something that made you unhappy and uneasy. Now, reflect on it for a moment. Now, divide that situation into two parts. What you had control over should be one part, and what you didn't have control over should be the other part. Now, let's go to this next phase. Consciously decide to focus on only what was within your power that you could control. Perhaps how you reacted, the choices you made, or the effort you put in. Now let go of the rest that you were not able to control. Now focus on your own reaction to that issue and forget about the fact that you could not control those other things that were beyond your control. It's a small shift in perspective, but a powerful one. I mean, think about it. By regularly practicing this exercise, we begin to train our minds to recognize the difference between what we can and what we cannot control. And in doing so, we cultivate greater peace and resilience. I mean, no matter what life throws our way, you always have that mindset that, okay, fine, this is what happened. Someone hits your car. Yeah, the incident has already happened. They bashed you already. So what are you going to do? You can either handle it the matured way. Okay, it has happened. Who was at fault? Well, the other party might not want to admit to it, but your reaction is still within your control. Now you can seek to choose conflict or find a peaceful way to walk out of that situation. It's all up to you. Now, that wraps up today's episode of Deep Thinkers. Remember, the road to peace of mind and resilience is not about controlling everything around you. It's about mastering your inner world, focusing on what you can control. This allows you to let go of the rest, freeing you from unnecessary worry and stress. I mean, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to share it with someone who might benefit from a little Stoic wisdom. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on personal experiences with this principle. You can reach out to me on social media or leave a comment on this podcast. Until next time, keep thinking deeply and living with purpose. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.